Hello, sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks podcast. My name is Steve Lant, and with me, as always, is the best co-host around.
Hey.
In my opinion, Frank Sullivan. Frank, what's up? Frank the Tank.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you. Thank you for that nice big introduction. Best co-host,
yeah,
right?
Nice, best. Well,
now you can go ahead and throw it out there. It's fine. Still, whenever
somebody might have an issue with with that title.
She can go fuck off.
Oh shit!
Anyways.
All right, way to start off the show hot. Coming in
real hot,
Frank.
huh?
Oh fuck! So yeah, how you doing, man?
Good, man. How was your weekend?
It was great.
Crazy?
My Giants won.
Yeah,
we're in the next round of the playoffs, divisional round. We didn't. I don't know. So my fucking video is blurry. So
yeah,
whatever.
That's all right.
Nobody can see it.
Anyway.
Yeah, my Giants won.
Good.
Yeah, they're going to be playing the Eagles this coming weekend. By the time this gets released, the Giants will have won. I'm calling it now.
Yep.
So
good.
We'll see what happens.
Good to hear.
How about you? Do you have a good weekend or what?
Yeah, I mean, I watched some of the games. You know, I had to place a few bets. You know, 0 goose egg. Yeah.
Oh, big old goose egg.
That's all right though. It's funny because I get emails from them saying, you know, they give me like, hey, you know, place, and this is how to get you too. Like, place a bet on like an NHL game, or I'm sorry, it was a college basketball game, and you get like a 20% boost.
A 20%? Oh, like if you win?
Yeah. So I was like, all right, fuck it. You know, I placed like a $5 bet on something, and the payout would have been like, I don't know, like $100.
Oh wow!
I didn't win, of course, but that's how they get.
I mean,
you.
I guess they figure it's worth it, right? I mean, like that's how they get you in there.
Mm-hmm. So they gave me like $50, like a $50 credit to play like a casino game.
Okay.
And this is like,
you can do that on there too.
Oh, there's all sorts of shit you can play on there.
Oh,
so,
Jesus Christ.
But so I was like, all right. I was like, screw it. So it was $50 towards the casino games, and they didn't give me on the sports betting.
Gotcha.
So
now, what if you would have won? Could you put that winnings towards the sports betting?
And that's exactly why I played. So I played like a few hands of blackjack. So I was able to turn that $50 into like $50 of real money.
Nice.
So going into the weekend, I had like $100 towards sports betting.
There you go.
Lost it all, but again,
did you ever really have it, Frank?
I did at one point, but again, I haven't deposited more money in a few weeks, so I've been playing on.
Gotcha.
So I'm just
waiting. You've been playing on house money.
Yeah, I'm waiting to get that nice big bet. We'll see. We'll see if it comes, but
put it all on the Giants. Put the house on the Giants.
I'm gonna underdog.
I don't even know what the spread is on it.
I don't know either.
Right.
Anyways, we actually painted the nursery this weekend, so that was kind of an ordeal.
An ordeal?
Yeah, because we were at each other's throats in a good way. We were at each other's throats within 5 minutes. But
listen, the little babe will be here before you know it.
Yep. But
and then your life as you know it will be changed in a good way forever.
I know, huh? Says the guy with 4 kids.
That's right.
It's good.
I'm happy.
No, I know.
I'm happy.
That's good.
I also bought furniture for the house.
Did you, huh? What'd you buy?
Oh, a bedroom set. A fucking bedroom set. It was fucking cost a small fucking fortune, but what are you gonna do?
For your bedroom?
Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, our shit's like falling apart. It's like over 20 years old.
Where'd you get it from?
I went to Bob's.
Bob's Discount Furniture.
That's right.
Not that cheap.
They're not cheap, but you know they're reasonable compared to the other.
Do you have a Jordan's furniture
no,
on there? I guess that's more Boston.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got our living room set from Jordan's.
Yeah.
Um, there's one in New Haven, and then we got our bedroom set from like Raymore and Flanagan.
Dude, we went to Raymore. We went to Ashley. Uh, so expensive, dude.
Well,
Their
Jordan's is
shit wasn't as good.
Jordan's is very expensive,
Yeah.
but how they get you is you pay it off longer time. So like,
Oh yeah. Well, that's Bob's does that too.
yeah, it was like it was like you paid over 7 years or something.
Yeah.
So it was only like I think the payment was like it was only like 35 or bucks a
Yeah.
month. So you're like, oh, well, screw it,
Yeah.
right?
It's like nothing.
Yeah,
That's like nothing.
I know.
All right. Well,
But
we're not here to talk about furniture.
no, we're here to talk
We're here
about
to talk
sports,
about
right?
sports movies and things like that.
Yeah.
But first, drum roll. We got a review.
Oh, we'll just get right into the review. All right.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Good idea.
Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yes.
Uh, kind of mixed feelings about this one.
Yep.
And let's see, it's titled Good and Bad. It's given us 3 out of 5 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Tactical Bureau. I don't know what that means, but okay.
Sure. I should say we're. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm not political at all. So you can leave whatever. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's where the route he was going with, but anyways.
Yeah. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's pretty lengthy. If you guys want to go on Apple Podcasts, you can.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, it starts off as a decent podcast. Really enjoy some of the movie choices. But this person does have some suggestions and constructive criticisms. First one is after the Big Lebowski episode, I think the one host needs to do some research on what good bowling score is, because he says 150 or 160 is a good score.
Yes.
I think you were kind of saying that was a good score for you. Right?
Yeah, that was kind of a good score for me. I should say, normally when I go, I go for fun. My buddy, and I've been going for a few years now. My buddy's like, hey, why don't you go buy a ball and shoes? And I just like, yeah, I can spend the money, and it's not that expensive to buy a ball and shoes.
Nah,
But
a couple $100.
but I'm like, what, screw it. I only go for fun. Like I said, I normally don't care, and even too when the more drinks I have in me, sometimes the less I care. So if I break 100 on the last game that we play, I'm happy. You know what I
There you
mean?
go.
So like, yeah, 150, 160 is a good score for me.
Yeah.
So maybe kind of like, or maybe the way I expressed it was a little, confusing. But anyways,
We'll move on to the second one.
yeah,
Steve, which is me,
yeah.
obviously, could cut down on the yeah by about 30 per episode. So I guess I say yeah a lot. Okay.
I do notice you do say that, but I just don't care enough. So you're it's fine with me if you keep going it.
I mean, we were talking before the episode. We're not Joe Rogan here. We're not professionals,
No.
but we're just doing this kind of for fun. But again, appreciate the feedback.
Yep.
Seriously.
Well, yeah, and like I said, I sometimes do like a little. We'll have a little like I do like a sniffing noise. I don't know why.
Now we're all gonna like point it.
Oh yeah, I don't know why
it.
I do it, but sometimes I just do it, and I guess it's good to know, to be aware of. Sometimes we do things without even knowing it, but
And then the third one is very lengthy, so I'm not going to read this word for word. I'm going to kind of paraphrase if I get it. I'm hoping I get the point across. But basically, it's basically saying that
they don't. They don't like.
Yeah, you address it.
The banter with Casey, my wife. I don't know, I guess she does. I guess try to put her 2 cents in a lot. I guess that's the way to say it.
Yeah. I mean, she'll pipe in here and
She'll
there.
pipe in here and there. Personally, um, I actually enjoy the banter between the two of us.
Hmm.
We were actually, like I said, we were going to try to start our own movie podcast a while ago, and we just kind of never got off the ground for whatever reason.
I remember that.
Yeah,
I was privileged enough
you
to hear a couple of those
episode
episodes.
1 and 2, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I liked it.
but
Well, look,
I listened to another podcast where you'll hear like a producer or like the guy's wife kind of like chime in, and I actually think it's funny.
yeah.
Um,
Well, listen, it's not
but
it's not for everyone.
no, you're right.
That's fine. And again, it just I'm gonna put my 2 cents in on this. For this third one,
Hmm.
it's very lengthy. If anyone wants to read it, feel free. I'm
Hmm.
not gonna read the whole thing, but kind of. I'll just be blunt. It kind of shits on Casey a lot. So
Yeah. Hmm.
I mean, I guess it is what it is. Everyone's got their own opinion, but I don't know.
Well, and again, like I said, we're not professionals, and so just
Yeah.
it.
I like the banter between you and Casey.
Yeah.
I think it's funny when she thinks I'm talking shit about her or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when clearly I'm not.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We appreciate, and it does. I'm looking down at the end too because it says, it says I do enjoy the show. Good job for the most part. So
Yeah. So
I
again,
guess we appreciate the feedback.
appreciate the feedback.
We were
take
begging,
it.
we were begging people for reviews. Now we get a review, and it's. But
I know.
again, it could have been worse. The review.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Listen, everyone can always do better, right? Nobody's perfect. We get that. Thank you. I will say thank you for putting in the feedback because again, like Frank said, we ask for feedback all the time. That's about it. You're probably not going to hear Casey this episode, but it's not because of the review.
no, she has
She has a prior engagement.
Yeah, I was like, she has a union meeting, which is it's kind of weird because it's at 7 o'clock at night, but whatever. it's a Zoom one.
Yeah.
But,
So you will be hearing Casey again. Probably not in this episode. If you do, it'll be late in the episode.
I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure she'll pipe down and yell and by all means, when we came upon the review, it's she's a champ. She took it in stride. She don't really. She'll be the first one who's like, I don't give a shit, and that's good. You know what I mean? So she wasn't offended at all.
So listen, in all seriousness, thank you for the review.
Yep.
Obviously they all can't be winners, right? 3 out of 5. But
no, and
it
a
is
lot
what
of
it
it
is.
is like I said, we're just starting out, and the person was like, "This is the most of these reviews are his wife's friends. They're actually my friends for the most part, but there is a few random people that I think that left us reviews, but
Yeah,
they're not neither here nor there.
People we know. So, all right. Well, thanks again. And if if you obviously listen to the show, so thanks for listening to the show. And if you want to contact us, in the future, feel free.
Yep.
So, all right, cool. I guess we'll get into it then.
Yeah,
we're already 14 minutes in.
That's fine.
We didn't even address the movie yet. So we're going to talk about Ford versus Ferrari.
Yes, sir.
It's a racing movie. It was released on November 15th, 2019. Box office opening weekend, 31.4 million worldwide, and it grossed over 225 million. Estimated budget. This was a fun little fact, Frank, that you put in there. 97.6 million, which I can definitely see why.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of special effects, a lot of I'm guessing a lot of CGI.
Yeah, and I think this had to be right before COVID hit because it came out 2019.
Yeah,
like the end, like November, and I think everything shut down like March of 2020.
2020, yeah.
So Just had to be. I tried looking into like other movies, like what was the last big movie before COVID, and I really didn't care to look it up, to be honest with you.
Release, or we already went through a release date. Directed by James Mangold. It did have some awards. Oscar award winner for film editing and sound editing, which deservedly so.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know if any of the actors were nominated?
No, I looked it up. Let me breathe.
Because I thought, I mean, we're not into it yet, but I thought both Matt Damon and specifically Christian Bale killed it.
Yeah. So it nominated for Best Motion Picture of the Year.
Oh, cool.
Nominated for Best Achievement in Sound Mixing. That was really it. So no one
That was
really.
it? Oh, okay. So no, it's funny. Like you would think Best Motion Picture it's nominated for, but none of the actors or actresses?
Yeah, I don't know.
Whatever.
I guess I guess just kind of just didn't really. I don't know. They didn't give it to him. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Simple synopsis: American car designer Carroll Shelby and driver Ken Miles battle corporate interference and the laws of physics to build a revolutionary race car for Ford in order to defeat Ferrari at the 24 hours of Le Mans in 1966. We watched it on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
It's free if you have a
It was,
Hulu account.
yeah.
You didn't have any interruptions, right?
No, I think
Commercials
it
or
was.
anything?
No, I think it was
straight through.
straight through. When a lot of through the like things you got to have like Hulu Plus or like some of the
Yeah.
movies that are on Hulu. So I was
Yeah,
actually
I got Hulu Plus, so I don't know.
Oh, good. That's fine.
Yeah, good for you, Steve.
We have Amazon Prime. We get all the good shit though.
I have Amazon Prime too, but I don't know. Yours is better than mine somehow.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just as the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. All right, and that brings us to my favorite portion of the episode, Frank's Five Fun Fact.
I gotta be honest with you. I kind of like that a little bit better.
What? Just me saying it?
Just Frank Five Fun. Again, maybe I gotta come up with someone. If there's someone out there listening, if they want to come up with a jingle or something, shoot us. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or long. Just anything to replace.
Hey, that would be
her.
awesome.
Anything to replace her. Anything's better than. Let me stop.
It is time for Frank's 5 Fun Facts.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be 5, 10 second jingle.
There
Sure.
you go. Little jingle. I like that word, jingle.
Jingle. Yes.
All right, hit it, man.
So in preparation for this role, Christian Bale took race driving lessons at the Durant, I'm probably butchering that word, high performance driving school. As it happens, The founder of the school had been a friend of Ken Miles. Let's see, Bale's instructor of the film's stunt coordinator. So Ken Miles was the stunt coordinator. Excuse me.
Well, his friend was.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm butchering this. Let's see here. Robert Nagel later stated he's hands down the best actor he's ever trained. So I guess that was another stunt coordinator.
Oh, cool.
So, I mean,
all right.
Christian Bale is an unbelievable actor.
Dude, he's. We'll get into it more, but wow, that's all I gotta say.
Mm-hmm. So fact number 2: in order to recreate the Le Mans circuit as it existed in the 1960s, the scenes taken place on the racetrack had to be shot in 5 different locations. This proved to be a challenge in terms of continuity, as not only the cars had to be correctly placed for each shot, but the weather had to be consistent as well.
Wow, that's a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, then you got the weather, and then even like, I know it could be. I'm sure it had to be very, very difficult.
Oh yeah, I'm
with
sure.
The time wise too, like as far as like you got night and daytime.
Yep, night, daytime, weather. You know, you had the
Mhm.
rain storm coming in and
Yep.
all that kind of good shit. All right.
Um, all right. So fact number 3, according to Matt Damon, Christian Bale had to lose 70 pounds before filming again.
70?
Yeah, 70.
Holy shit.
Bale had previously gained a lot of weight for his role in Vice in 2018.
Oh.
And he had about 7 months to do it. I don't know. Have you seen Vice?
I have not. I want to say it's on Netflix right now. It's on one of the streaming services right now, and I
I
want to
honestly
watch
have
it.
no idea what movie they're talking. I'm gonna briefly look it up right now.
It's about. I can tell you what it's about. It's about Vice President Cheney, Dick Cheney.
Cheney? Oh, Cheney, huh?
Yeah. When he was vice president with HW
Really?
George. Yeah, right.
Oh, okay.
HW was or June
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, Vice. Yep, Dick
The
Cheney.
second George Bush.
Oh my God, I'm just looking at him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You
He,
can't even recognize him.
dude, you know Christian Bale has really done a lot of.
Steve Carell's in that too.
Steve Carell's in it. Yeah, I want to watch it. I haven't seen it. I mean, I saw it.
There's a lot of people in it.
preview for
Sam Rockwell, a lot of actors.
But I didn't realize that was so close to this movie. So he had to lose all that weight. He's really like, as far as his weight's concerned in movies, he's fluctuated.
He's fluctuated a lot of
Fluctuated
times.
a lot. Sorry, I was sneezing. I turned my
You got
mic
the
off.
Batman movies. There was one movie where The Fighter, where he was
Yeah, where he was like super thin, right? He was like fucking bones,
rail
skin and
thin.
bones.
Yeah, I gotta see if I have that movie down on the list.
And then of course you got him in. I mean, not that I don't think he had to really do a lot of different weight loss for this, but American Psycho. He was great in that. Even though I'm not a big fan of those kind of movies, he was great.
Yeah, I don't really care for American Psycho. But yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. You know who also because we're just talking about because he looks totally different with the weight gain, the weight gain and everything. Did you see the new Batman movie?
I did not know. With Robert Pattinson?
Robert Pattinson. I'm not gonna get into the whole thing about Batman and everything, but Colin Farrell. Yes, Colin Farrell was in that. Let me think let me just make sure I'm thinking of the right person.
Okay.
He because he's all rather thin, skinny, and he plays like the Penguin.
Oh, the Penguin's in it. Oh shit.
Yeah, you don't necessarily. I don't know. Again, it's early Penguin, I guess if you want to say, because the time frame is like he's kind of like just turned Batman, I guess you want to call it, or he's like a young Batman. So he doesn't have all the gadgets and stuff like that. It's a different thing, but he's one of the ones where like they've had him in they make him look fatter.
Oh,
and
okay.
you can't even tell it's him.
Really?
If like I was like, oh, you know who that guy is? It's like night and day.
Wow.
And I'm looking at like the pictures from Vice, and like it's crazy. Like you wouldn't be able to tell if you were watching it, you wouldn't be able to tell it was him.
No.
But that's ultimately why they pay these actors the big bucks too, right? Because
yeah,
they ultimately have to do a dramatic change in their body, and
right. Yeah, exactly. And they got the time and the resources to do it.
Yeah, very true. Yeah. All right. What fact are we on here? Fact number 4. Yes,
I believe so.
The film was stuck in development for a long time. Director James Mangold became interested in making it as far back as 2010.
Wow.
And would periodically check in with 20th Century Film Fox to inquire if the project was available. But it wasn't until he made Logan in 2017. So that's one of the other movies. I don't know if you've seen Logan. The director James Mangold. I haven't seen it.
It's probably about
it's a start.
No, I haven't.
X-Men.
Yeah, Wolverine, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen Logan. I've seen some of the other ones.
Mm-hmm. That he was brought on board to direct the film. Um, but yeah, it's sat on the shelf for about 10 years.
That's crazy.
I know. You hear
That's
about that a
nuts.
lot of time because studios will buy like scripts
Mm-hmm.
and they'll just like I said they'll just kind of like wait for like the right person to come along.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because they don't want anyone else getting it. I
Yeah.
just
Oh
did
yeah.
it. I just did it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
You
no.
did it before too. I don't want to say
Did
anything
I?
though. But who cares? You know, like I said, whatever.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is.
That's your
Um,
signature. You had to
that's my
trademark it.
signature. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, yeah, I guess that's another thing. Like they don't want another studio getting that script or getting that story or the
Mm-hmm.
rights to whatever to that movie.
Yep. So yeah. So we'll go to fact number 5. Lee Iacocca went on to become the president of Ford Motor Company from 1970 until he was fired by Ford in 1978.
Oh
He would
wow.
be recruited later that year to run run the Chrysler Corporation until he retired as chairman and CEO in 1992.
Wow.
Lee died on July 2nd, I'm sorry, not 2019 at the age of 94, just 4 months before the movie was released.
Oh geez.
What a shame, huh?
Okay. Yeah, that is a shame. Oh, all right.
Those are my
And
fun
that was
facts.
Frank's 5 foot bags. Yeah.
I think I like you doing it better.
Yeah. Oh fuck, man.
I know.
Casey's not gonna like this episode at all.
No, no, no. I don't know. We'll see. Well, I mean, we'll have to put up a poll whether people liked it with or without her. That'd be kind of mean, huh?
Yeah, that would be mean.
It'd be mean if they said it was better. Whatever.
Oh, Frank.
Anyways,
Frank.
so
Yeah, let's get into it.
this was neither one of us have seen this movie.
No, I have not seen it before.
A first for the both of us,
The other
right?
day. Yeah,
What'd you think?
loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Awesome. Yep, same here.
It was great. As far as the time period, I didn't realize it was going to be back in the 50s and the 60s.
I honestly didn't either because I mean I've heard my mother-in-law, shout out Irene Wood. She kept telling us to watch it, like watch it, and we just we'll get to it and we'll watch it, and we just never did.
Right.
And I'm glad we did watch it. We watched it. A little long, got to be honest. But a lot of the scenes
a little bit.
but I feel like I'm trying to think about it. Like, what scenes would you cut out of it? And there wasn't that many.
Yeah, I mean, even
because there was a lot of story build up.
There's a lot of story in there. There was, a lot of the race. The last hour? I want to say maybe 45 minutes to an hour was
the final.
Was the Le Mans.
Yeah.
So obviously you needed that, and it's a 24-hour race. I mean, what are you going to do? Summarize it in 15 minutes?
Yeah. No, you're right.
You're
absolutely right.
I went in this cold. I went in this not knowing what this is about.
Mm-hmm.
I thought maybe it was going to be like, talking about the Mustang or something like that. Once I knew the time period, I was like, oh, maybe they're going to talk about how the Mustang was made.
You're right. And even at like the main picture of the
right.
It's like hard to tell. Like I had no idea what time, what period this took place in either.
Right. Yeah,
Exactly. I love like kind of like time periods. Like I love like the 60s. That whole.
Oh yeah. When they do it accurate and stuff like that, sure.
Yeah. I'm also not really a car guy, so I have clueless on any of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, me as well. My father-in-law would probably enjoy this a lot. My dad, rest his soul, he would love this movie too.
Yeah.
I think it was very well done.
Mm-hmm.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Christian Bale, love the guy. Is he British in real life?
So
because he played he played an Englishman in this movie. And
Yes,
I don't know if we've talked about it on this
I
podcast.
believe he's because I asked Casey that too. I believe he's like Australian,
Okay.
so he does. I know he. Let me see here. He was born in Wales, so the UK. So yeah, he does have an accent to begin with. That's definitely not. I don't think that's his. Pretty confident that's not his real accent.
Well, I think
His real accent, yeah.
I'm gonna assume that just like in the United States, there's different regions have different accents.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so I'm assuming that maybe that's the case in England as well.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That, I think in England,
I mean, feel free to correct me, anyone out there.
I
You
know
want to
they
fact
have
check me?
different. There's different dialects. I mean, that's like again, that's like here too. You know, you have. We're both. Okay, you're a New Yorker. You don't necessarily have too much of a New York accent, but it will come out. There's people that live in the South. There's people.
Yeah.
There's the Midwest accent.
Oh, dude, they used to bust my balls all the time in the Navy
Really?
because everyone's got their own little accents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But when I get worked up, I start with the hey, type of thing. So
Yeah.
these fucking guys.
You swear? I gotta say, do you swear a lot?
Oh, you get me going? Yeah, I'll
Really?
be fucking cursing up a fucking storm.
I feel like I curse a lot too. I try not.
Do you?
Yeah. Even like in front of I used to swear a lot in front of my mom and my parents, and it wasn't like a bad thing. It's just how you talk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it
But
is what it is,
yeah.
But
But yeah.
so we're establishing that that's obviously not his real accent. Because I don't know. Was it this podcast? Was it this podcast or another podcast where I said it? I don't enjoy. You know what? It was
There's probably casual tangents when you're watching.
Casual Tangents when we watched Love Actually.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think you said you enjoyed the accents.
No, not English accents because it's hard to understand and they have a different dialect. I'm not trying to shit on them or anything.
No, you're right. You're not wrong.
I got the gist of what most of his lines in this movie. Christian Bale.
Yeah, correct. He wasn't too. The accent wasn't too thick.
Yeah. Well, it was thick, but it was understandable for the most part. But
so I'm gonna tell you right now. So where we're gonna eventually watch this movie is Green Street Hooligans. I love the movie. It's an awesome movie. However, it takes place in like I don't know if it's London or I forget where. But they all, and again, I think because the period, they all have thick. Not period. I'm sorry. The location, they all have thick British accents.
Right. Okay. So it's a forewarning. I get you.
Yeah. Yeah. So forewarning. Yeah. And I tell you, and I'm telling everyone that before they watch the movie is watch it with subtitles because there's a ton of shit you miss. There's just they speak fast and
hate subtitles. Dude.
Really? See, we love subtitles.
Why?
I don't know. She got me into it where she used to like have subtitles for like all the movies she would watch, and then for some reason I don't know why we watch everything with subtitles now. I think.
Do you really?
Yeah.
TV too.
TV too, and you do miss a lot of stuff without having like those subtitles on.
But I find with subtitles, I'm watching the subtitles more than I'm watching the movie or the show. My kids watch everything with subtitles. I don't get it. I really don't. Maybe I'm just fucking old. I'm just too old.
Old man.
My old man.
Old
I can't
man.
read it.
But yeah, no, I don't know. We've had subtitles on everything.
That's great.
It's weird not watching something.
I noticed that. I noticed that, and I was I always forget to ask you or comment on it, but I do notice on your reels that you put up like, "Hey, we're sneak peek."
Yeah,
it usually does have subtitles on.
Yep.
Like, oh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
whatever, man. To each his own. If that's how I find it distracting. That's all. That's just me.
I mean, I'm gonna say I'm going deaf, but I feel like I don't know. I always got something in my ear. So
yeah. Well, you got like a ringing? That's tinnitus, bro.
No, not a ringing. I'm sorry. I'd say like a headphone. I always got a headphone in at
Oh,
work.
like physically, you already
I
got.
feel like
Always got something.
I'm physically gonna be deaf before I'm blind. So
Oh shit.
because I got great eyesight, but I mean, eventually, yeah, always got the
So you don't wear any
earbud.
contacts or glasses?
Mm-mm. I can
Fuck
read
you.
shit a mile away.
Fuck
Um,
you.
I got my eyes tested like a few years ago. I want to say
Yeah.
like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and it was like 20/20 in one, and like 18/20 in the other, something like that. So it was like
Wow.
one of my eyes was better than 20. I had no idea, but I had to get my eyes tested to be an inspector.
Gotcha. Oh, that makes sense.
But anyways, we'll get off that tangent.
We'll get off that tangent.
Speaking of tangents,
Speaking of tangents, this week actually we're taking a break this week,
taking a break this week.
but the don't get me started about all this editing bullshit.
Yeah, for those
But-
who are listening, you're gonna get a double dose of Locker Room Flicks on
Yeah.
Monday. You'll get 2 episodes.
This will be the second of 2.
Yeah, so
You get Ladybugs and then a bonus Ford versus Ferrari.
yes.
It's all good. It's all good. Anyway,
Anyways, also,
right,
I actually, I was started. They had Aston Martin was like a race car, which I thought was kind of weird because I thought that like right now it's definitely more of like a luxury car.
yeah, I mean, I I guess it started off because like even like Shelby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Shelby is like a package, or like a trim, or it's like it's not a type of car. It's like the Mustang Shelby,
Yeah,
the Shelby Mustang or whatever it's called. So it's like a high end version of the Mustang. I don't know
Yeah.
if they have Shelby anything else,
I don't know.
but they worked for fucking blurry bullshit.
I know. 'Cause didn't Lee Iacocca created the Mustang? I believe.
Was it Lee or was it the?
I think it was Lee.
Because the other fucking asshole, we haven't talked about this douchebag yet. It was Lee, or what was the other guy's name? Who was the head?
Leo. BB.
Leo.
Yeah,
I thought he was the one who
douchebag.
headed that Mustang, because that was the first interaction that him and Ken Miles had.
Yeah.
Because Ken Miles, Petey, who's Leo's or Ken Miles' son,
Yeah.
was looking at the brand new Mustang like, oh, this is awesome, cool.
Oh yeah.
And
He's
he opens
like,
the door.
Get out of there. Yeah.
He's like, don't fucking touch that shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. All right. So, I mean, this shit will turn on when you become a parent, like
Yeah.
mama bear, papa bear type of
Yeah.
shit,
You want to kill?
Oh yeah. Somebody talks to your kid like that. Ken, I'm surprised Ken didn't knock him the fuck out. Because
I know.
Ken didn't give a shit. Ken
Yeah.
didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, you're right. And then eventually, Shelby just doesn't care too towards the end.
Yeah. Well, Shelby was trying to at least play the game for the whole, because he had a relationship with Ford.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy. We're talking about the cast. So obviously we talked about enough about Christian Bale. Matt Damon.
Matt Damon loved him.
He was excellent in this movie.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Matt Damon movie? I mean, it's hard, man. He's in so many good movies.
So many good movies. I mean, you got Saving Private Ryan, you got Rounders, you got
I know we can
Good
go
Will
on
Hunting.
and on about him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good.
I
We
don't
just
know.
watched him in The Departed.
Yeah, right. You just watched him when he's. I always think of The Departed, like with that one scene when he's texting in his with the flip phone in his pocket.
Oh yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that scene?
Yeah. Yep.
Like,
Yep,
how the
I
fuck
remember.
did he do that shit?
I don't know. Muscle memory,
So.
I guess. You didn't really get into The Walking Dead.
No,
the-
was Matt
the
Damon
actor-
in that?
No, the actor that played
Oh yeah, Lee Iacocca.
Lee
I knew.
Iacocca is
Yeah, I knew
John
that was.
Barenthal, or how you ever say his name. He's been in a bunch. He was great in The Walking Dead. He's been in a bunch of good things. Wolf of Wall Street. He was also
Wolf
in
of
The
Wall
Punisher.
Street?
Yeah,
Ooh. Oh, The Punisher was great.
I haven't seen that.
Um,
That
I haven't,
show.
well, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that. I've seen a couple episodes of that version of The Punisher,
Yeah.
but I love The Punisher in general, the fucking movies.
Yeah.
But what did he play in Wolf of Wall Street?
He played one of his friends, Brad. He was like a weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That's right.
Um, he been in a bunch of stuff. He's a good actor too.
Yeah. I like that guy.
Um, the guy who played Leo Beebe, he's been in a bunch of stuff too. Sweet Home Alabama. He's in Glory Road too, which I think we'll eventually get into that movie.
Okay.
He's like the main. He's like the main the main coach in that movie.
Hopefully he's not a douchebag like he is in this movie.
I know.
He's just so hateable in this movie, don't you think?
Oh, I know. What about the wife? Did you like her? Because we talk
Yeah,
about
she was
there's
alright.
always a leading role. I was telling Keith, she's kind of cute. I was like, I don't really know. I've never seen her before in anything else, but
I'm assuming she's a British actress, right? Gotta be.
Dublin, close,
Dublin,
close enough.
Ireland.
Yep.
Close enough.
Um.
Yeah, she was all right. She is.
Well,
she
I can
filled the
imagine
piece.
she had to be cheap, so
Yeah, right. They had to save money.
they had to save
some
money. I
spots.
can imagine most of the budget went to paying Matt Damon and Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Yeah, absolutely.
We're losing my track here. I had one quote. It was a big dig. He's like, you're no Henry Ford.
Oh yeah.
He's like, and they kept calling. That's got to be crazy because you're living. I thought it was kind of cool too because you had Henry Ford the second, in the movie, and you get to see like the Ford president. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So was that his? Because he said in the beginning, he said my grandfather or my father.
It had to be his father because he said
Because
that.
he's the second, right?
I don't. That's a good question.
I could have sworn. Remember when he shuts the shop, the
Yeah.
assembly line down, and he's like,
It's got to be. It's got to be his father because I mean, you're Henry. Henry Ford is the first,
yeah.
right? And because
Maybe I might have just
I'm the
misheard.
fourth. So
You're the fourth, really?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I would have been the fourth.
Really?
Yeah. Well, fuck.
See now,
Keep saying
see,
it.
yeah, no, now
No.
we say it all the time. Now you're cognizant of
Yeah.
it. So, but and I've gone back and forth on whether I'm gonna do a Frankie 5, and I don't think we're gonna go that route.
No.
Yeah, there was times where I wanted to do it. I was gonna do it. I was like, yeah, I want to do it, and then now I'm like, nah, I just want to give him his own identity.
That's kind
If
of
if
what,
if we do get a boy, we could have a girl. We won't know.
and that's like I remember asking my dad a couple times throughout the years, and he kind of said the same thing with the identity thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying there's anything. I would have
No, I know. I think we're gonna do a middle
been
name.
happy with.
Middle name's gonna be Frank.
Okay.
So,
Yeah,
anyways,
all four of my kids, their middle names have to do with one of their
their
grandparents.
grandparent. That's cool.
Yeah. So, yep. Anyway, all right. So what else?
About the movie.
What about the action? What about the racing in the?
It was a lot of racing. The racing was pretty cool. I gotta say,
I thought it was excellent.
whipping those cars. And you know what the funny thing I was asking. I was like, how fast are those cars going? Because I mean, this is 1960, right?
Yeah, 66 or something.
So I'm like, they can't be going that fast, but I mean, they are because I was reading one of these guys going at the end of the race. He's going 220 miles an hour.
Yeah, which is fucking fast, bro.
Fast for that time because you said you don't have those safety. I mean,
It's fast for any time.
yeah, no, very true. Yeah,
I think NASCAR is limited. They have restrictor plate racing now,
yeah.
so they can't go. I want to say over. Again, fact check me. I don't know, but I want to say over 200.
Yeah.
Depending on the track. I mean, it all depends on the track too.
Yeah. No, that's very true.
And they were digging at NASCAR, weren't they? A little bit.
Oh, definitely. Well, and it's funny is like this race was way better than any kind of NASCAR race because it was like a legit like NASCAR to go round and round and round and round,
Right.
And it seems like, and again, don't fact check me because I don't really watch NASCAR. It's for hillbillies. I, I'm just joking.
We just lost our NASCAR viewers. Okay.
Oh shit. No, I don't. I just don't really care for NASCAR. But I mean, it seemed like an actual course. And actually, at first, I thought the way they were describing it, I thought it was going to be like a Tour de France, like a big race throughout, if countries or just like around town and stuff. Because it's like driving for 24 hours. I got confused.
Right.
Um, and but
I
yeah,
mean,
the course was
it's basically just a course that they take laps on for 24
yeah.
hours. But it's not just an oval.
No, it's
To your
straight.
point,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a little bit more.
it's more of a road course.
Yes, correct. Hmm. So the racing actually was pretty cool. The one thing I kind of thought would be kind of cool if you saw a little more interaction between Ken Miles and like the other drivers.
like the other driver of his car, or
Yeah, because it was, I don't want to say it was
because they
kind of,
swap out drivers every couple of
yeah.
hours. It
There
looks
was
like
there was what, like 4 drivers total or 3?
might have been. Yeah, I don't know. They don't really address that because they just focus on Ken.
That's what I mean. I thought it would have been funnier if funnier or more important if they had like, hey, pick up he's yelling at the other drivers to pick up the pace or to not
Right.
fuck it up. You know what I mean?
I don't know. What do you think about when the very first lap of the race or the very first part of the race couldn't close his fucking door?
Oh, I know. Like a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
like, oh shit.
I know.
The bloody door won't close. I can't even do his fucking accent.
Oh yeah,
The fucking bloody door won't close.
you funny.
He
Man.
was great. I don't know, man. I keep saying it, but
He's
he
a
was
hell of an
great.
actor.
Hell of an actor.
Um, what was funny is like I was waiting to see them like build a car. Like we watched Thunder. I was just call him Thunderstruck. Um,
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder. Um, we watched them basically build up a car from scratch, right?
Right.
And it seemed like they kind of took like a stock car and kind of like souped it up a little bit.
What, in this movie, you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, but it wasn't really a stock car. I mean, the GT40 is not just like a regular run-of-the-mill car that you
yeah,
put on the road.
very true.
I think it was made more for
Or
racing.
racing, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not 100%. Like I said, I think it's cool, but I don't
Mhm.
know all the fucking facts about it.
Yeah. So I thought I thought we were gonna see more about them kind of souping up the car,
Right.
and all you kind of they showed was just kind of Ken just working on the car, the only one there working on it day and night and day.
Yeah. He's the one driving it too.
I know.
What do you think about, obviously I didn't know what was going to happen at the end, but fuck.
Oh yeah, I know.
Him dying.
Well, that's what the son's worried about, the brakes and everything, and
Yeah,
the
and that's
brakes.
what ultimately gets him.
Yeah, we actually go. Which it's funny too because Casey was looking up these facts about. There's supposedly a lot of like controversy around his death
Oh, really?
because they don't really know if it was like purposely done or somebody fucked up on the brakes. And then
Oh,
there was like,
really?
yeah,
They're
you could
thinking it
hold
might be a purpose, like a fucking murder?
something that was done on purpose because I guess he only worked on the car and and there was another thing where like some people think he might still be alive. Some
Oh.
crazy shit like that. Yeah, you have to look it up.
I mean, can't be. I mean, he'd be old as fuck right now, but.
Well, I mean, Lee Iacocca just died, right? I mean, died.
Yeah, but he was 90
He was
something
90.
years old.
Yeah, so he could be old, but I mean, he could still be alive. But yeah, no, I got what you're saying.
Huh.
But trying to think of what else. Can you hear her? No.
No.
Okay. I hear her because It's fucking loud. Anyways, you can cut that out. Um, but let's talk. You know, we've seen this before in other movies where you have somebody like okay, like a miracle. Here, you can coach the team, do whatever you want, and then they always want to butt heads. No, 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 you can't do it like that.
Right, you have to do it our way.
You have to
You
do it
know,
our
we have to
way,
have a say, a
but you
committee,
have
and
to
all
do
this
it.
shit.
And it's the same thing with this movie where, it was numerous times they're like, we don't want him driving. We don't want him driving.
Yeah, and it was the douchebag Leo
Yeah.
mostly, and look what happened to him. He fucking Ken Miles sets how many track records on the race,
Yeah.
and he's ahead by like multiple laps, and they're like, well, Mister Dude, first of all, he fucking kissed Henry Ford's ass so bad it was like not even
yeah.
funny.
Oh, I know.
He was sucking his dick like you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
So, I think we should have all three Fords, cross finish line
Yeah,
at
that
once.
was
It'll be a
kind of
tie.
fucking stupid.
That was stupid,
Which
and
ultimately gets him the fucking the loss.
yeah, he fucking lost the race because technically the other driver.
Yeah, it was the distance traveled or some shit like that.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sure they got rid of that rule.
I mean, I thought, and again, it was cool. Don't get me wrong. Like you're watching all the cars because they're all forward going. It was pretty cool to see all of them kind of finish at the same time. Like, however, like it wasn't needed.
But they it wasn't needed. It's all about ego. It's about the fucking ego.
Yeah.
Well,
and the other thing is because Ken Miles was like he knows his reputation. He's not a team player. So, and I think it was just him trying to show, hey, I could be a team player. I can finish. I can
absolutely. That's exactly what Ken was trying to do, and they ultimately fucked him.
Yeah,
they ultimately fucked him.
And he was like, you'll be the first person to get a win, like a triple crown, where he'll
triple crown.
Yeah, which doesn't happen very often at all.
In anything, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But it was just crazy the way they ended everything way out. That was just how it ended. You see, there was a cool the funny scene where he just drops a lug nut on the ground or something like that.
He kind of pulled some shady shit, huh?
Yeah,
he stole their fucking stopwatches.
Yeah, the stopwatch.
Yeah. Threw the nut on the ground.
Funny. Yeah,
I thought they were gonna pit.
Hi.
Here's the treat.
Yeah, the treat. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, no, he kind of pulled some shady shit, but it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean this was a great movie. I agree.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
Do you want to get into the rating?
Sure.
So IMDb, this is I think tied with. I gave it 8.1.
Oh, okay.
So a respectable.
That's tied with another two movies we did.
One movie, Rocky.
I thought Rocky, and then there was another one that had an 8.1. Recent.
No, not that I have. No. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. The Big Lebowski.
Oh, that's right. The Big Lebowski. Yeah.
So now you have the Big Lebowski and you have this movie kind of comparing them.
Yeah.
So it's funny. I normally like brainstorm. I'll normally write down like a rating and kind of like change it as we talk about it.
Yeah, you normally have a system.
Yeah.
You don't have a system this week?
I didn't kind of go through it. So like now I'm thinking like the racing was really good, right? The actor, I didn't, like I said, I'm just going to go off the top of my head. The actors were awesome. I'm going to go with a 9 on this one.
Okay.
Again, it was a little long. It was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I think they could have cut out maybe some of the backstory between him like losing the garage.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
because they could have cut a little bit of that out, and maybe a little more interaction with the wife. They could have cut some of that out, maybe.
Right.
But I'm gonna give it a 9.
A solid 9.0.
Just a flat 9.
Okay.
Yeah. What are you gonna?
I'm gonna go. And this is before you gave it a 9. I was already gonna give it a 9.1.
Okay.
I thought it was I thought it was a great movie. Again, a little, I mean, a little tad on the long side, but it was definitely manageable.
Well, and again, and trying to think, I was like, we are just talk about like what would you cut out of it? There's not really, because it's developing the story with the Ford and the interaction with Ford at first Ferrari.
Right.
But yeah.
Oh yeah,
No,
because Ford. I never knew that Ford tried to buy Ferrari
no
back
idea.
in the '60s.
Yeah, I know.
And they
Didn't know
fucking
either.
Ferrari fucking screwed them on that.
Kind of put them in like a, yeah. I know. We go with the other Italian, the Fiat.
Fiat.
Um,
Yeah. So I gave it a 9.1. Again, I liked it. I would definitely rewatch it. And
yeah, I would
about
put it on again too.
Yeah. So, like driving to the train station today and driving home,
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I was like, I had my
around.
wife's car, which is it's not sporty, but it's got a little, it zips around.
Flips around. Nice.
And so I was like driving, I was like thinking I'm in Le Mans,
That's funny too, because a lot of the cars, sometimes when I'm on the highway and I'm by myself and I have Casey's car, is I'll use the manual.
Oh yeah,
The sport, I guess you can call it. And again, it's not a sport. It's an automatic that you can put in
you can shift if you want.
shift. Yeah. Sometimes I will do that in her car.
I'm afraid to do that with an automatic.
That's
I don't
okay.
know
It's
how
not
that's.
a transmission shot. Okay, pipe down.
I was literally about to say I'm afraid to do that with automatic transmissions because I don't, I don't know how to. I know how to drive a manual.
It does it pretty much automatically for you, anyways. I think if you wait too long,
it'll just say, "All right,
it'll
done."
just shift. Yeah, it'll just
take
shift.
over.
So so don't worry, you can give it a shot.
Give it a shot. Yeah, my transmission falls.
I don't say I love the fast. I like the Fast and the Furious movies.
Okay.
I've
only seen the first one.
You're okay with that because like as they progress, they get a little crazier and they kind of get away from the racing aspect.
Okay.
Like hardcore, it's more like it's like a more action movie now, rather than like street racing as the first one.
Right.
But yeah, no, those movies are pretty cool. But yeah, that's
what are we gonna tack on next time?
We're gonna do two kind of like off movies back to back because I don't know what category to put them under. And these are also like loser bracket movies. So these movies kind of lost out on whatever other movie they were against.
Right.
We had King Richard versus Two for the Money.
I really wanted to see Two for the Money.
Yeah.
Well, it's not gonna happen this week. Though,
not gonna happen this week. So we're gonna watch King Richard. That went out 14-7. Okay. Which it's funny too because we get a lot of votes on Facebook, and it was like the opposite. It was more votes on the Instagram rather than the Facebook.
Oh, this week?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So
cool, bro.
King Richard it is, and the other thing is too is there's not a lot of other. What am I doing here? There's not a lot of tennis movies out there, or at least I don't know if there is.
No clue. I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna watch.
All right, King Richard.
King Richard.
I think that's Will Smith, right?
Yes, it is.
All right, cool.
Well,
it was fun, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this was fun. Always a pleasure. This makes my my week because Thursday I'm like great. I get to record. Half day tomorrow. Half day on Friday. It's a good way to close the week out.
Yeah. Ah, fuck.
There you go. My signature, yeah.
My signature, yeah. Where can the folks find us?
Locker Room Flicks podcast on Instagram and Facebook. It's still rolling. Keep following. Give us a follow on both. And
leave a review.
Leave a review, and we'll read it.
We'll address it on the air.
Yeah.
No, you know, it is what it is, bro.
It is what it is. That's all I got to say, right?
So, okay.
All right, man. This was fun, man.
Absolutely.
That's the ball game.